My cheating wife said, "Go ahead, move out." I did. Days later, her father stormed into her house screaming, "Do you know what he just did?" She didn't even look up from her phone when she said it, just a casual, "Go ahead, move out," like she was giving me permission to grab coffee. I could see her new guy's name lighting up her screen every few seconds. Sean, of course his name was Sean. "You've been miserable here anyway," she added, still scrolling. We both know this hasn't been working. I didn't argue, didn't beg, just walked to the bedroom and started packing. The same duffel bag I'd used when I moved in 7 years ago, back when her family actually pretended to respect me. She got louder as I folded shirts, talking to herself, but making sure I could hear. "You'll land on your feet, or maybe not." That little laugh at the end, the one that cuts deeper than any insult. When I zipped the bag and walked back through the kitchen, she looked up with mock surprise. "You're actually going?" "You told me to." My voice was flat. I let the door close behind me without looking back. What she forgot, what her whole entitled family forgot, was that their boutique hotel, the 20-room property her father loves bragging about, runs entirely on a booking system I built from scratch 6 years ago. Not just any system, a custom platform I spent 8 months developing, handling everything from reservations to inventory to automated guest communications. It's sophisticated, proprietary, and licensed under my software company's name. When we were happy, I gave them a sweetheart deal, $500 a month for software that would cost them 15 grand anywhere else. Over 6 years, I'd saved them over $1 million. Her father strutted around town talking about our family business, like he'd built it all himself, forgetting the tech guy who made it actually function. I gave it 3 days, then I sent the email. Professional, courteous, completely airtight. 30 days notice to terminate the licensing agreement. They could migrate to a new system or pay market rate, $12,000 per month, plus a $50,000 setup fee. Their family lawyer called within an hour, voice tight with panic. "You can't just pull the software. We have contracts. Check Section 7, subsection 3, I said calmly. Either party may terminate with 30 days written notice. I'm exercising that right. This is vindictive. It's business. I'm declining to offer a 96% discount to people who aren't family anymore." He hung up. 2 hours later, their IT guy called. "Can we work something out? Maybe rebuild something similar? You're welcome to try." I said, "You've got 30 days. That's peak reservation season starting in 6 weeks, right? Good luck building enterprise software in a month." That's when her father showed up at her door. I wasn't there, but her neighbor, Mrs. Cooper, called immediately. She heard everything. His truck screeched into the driveway at 8 p.m. He didn't knock, just stormed in yelling, "Do you know what he just did? Do you have any idea what you've cost this family?" My wife's voice, confused. "What are you talking about?" "The software, the entire booking system. He's pulling it. We're going to lose every reservation. Summer season starts in 6 weeks. Mrs. Cooper said my wife went quiet. "Then he can't do that." "He already did. Our lawyer says it's legal. 30 days. So hire someone to build a new one." Her father's voice went louder. "In 30 days? We'd need months. We'll have to close." More silence. Then my wife, smaller now. "Maybe we can talk to him." "Talk to him? You threw him out, and now you want to talk." She called me that night. I let it ring 4 times before answering. "We need to talk." Her voice was shaking. "About what?" "The software." My dad says, "Your dad is correct. The licensing agreement terminates in 27 days. Please, can we work something out?" Her voice was different, softer. "What changed?" "I miss you." "You miss the software?" "No, I miss you." "Us. Our life." "You hated our life." "That's not true. You said I made you miserable." "I was frustrated. I didn't mean you meant it. Everyone means what they say when they're angry." That's when the truth comes out. She was quiet. "Then I left Sean." "When?" "Yesterday. For real this time." "Why?" "Because he's not you. Took you 3 months to figure that out. He doesn't know me. Not like you did. Past tense. Could know me. If you came back, I'm not coming back. Even just to talk? We're talking. In person. I need to see your face. So you can manipulate me better?" That's not... Her voice broke. "I heard a car door. Where are you?" "Outside your apartment." I looked out the window. She was there, crying in her car, and Sean was in the passenger seat. I stared at them for a solid minute through the blinds. She was wiping her face with the back of her hand, phone pressed to her ear, mascara streaking down her cheeks. Sean was just sitting there scrolling on his phone like this was some casual Tuesday night hangout, not like he was literally the reason my marriage imploded. I walked down to the parking lot. The air was cold, you know, that kind of biting February cold that makes your nose run. When I got to her car, I tapped on the window. She jumped, then rolled it down halfway. Her eyes were red and puffy, makeup completely destroyed. Before she could say anything, I looked past her at Sean. He had the nerve to give me this little wave, like we were buddies or something. "You brought him?" My voice came out flat, emotionless. "He drove me here. I didn't want to come alone." "Right. Because that makes sense." I laughed, but there was no humor in it. "You want to convince me you're serious about us, so you bring the guy you cheated with? It's not like that." "Then what is it like?" I leaned down so I could see her face better. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're still lying, still playing games." Sean shifted in his seat. "Dude, maybe we should just..." "I'm not talking to you." I cut him off. "You don't get to speak right now." My wife, ex-wife I guess, though we weren't officially divorced yet, put her hand on the window frame. "Please, can we just talk? Without him. He can wait in the car." "No." I stepped back. "You know what? The fact that you thought bringing him was acceptable tells me everything I need to know. You're not sorry. You're just scared. That's not fair. Fair? I actually laughed at that. You want to talk about fair? I spent 6 years building something for your family. I gave them a deal that saved them over $1 million because I thought we were family. And you threw that away for what exactly? I gestured at Sean. For him? She started crying harder. Sean put his hand on her shoulder, which made me want to punch through the window, but I kept my hands in my pockets. I made a mistake, she sobbed. I know I did. But please, my dad is going to lose everything. The hotel is his entire life. Should have thought about that before. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. There's a difference. I looked at her one more time. Go home. Don't call me again. And definitely don't show up at my apartment with your boyfriend in tow. That's some next level disrespect. I walked back to the building. She called after me, but I didn't turn around. When I got inside, I went straight to my phone and blocked her number. Should have done it weeks ago, honestly, but apparently blocking one number wasn't enough. Over the next 2 hours, my phone rang 47 times. I counted. All from different numbers. Her mom's cell, her dad's cell, the hotel's landline, even her cousin's number. I blocked each one as they called. Then the voicemail started coming through before I could block them all. I listened to a few out of morbid curiosity. The first ones were apologetic, her voice shaking. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have brought him. You're right. I'm stupid. Please, can we just talk tomorrow? Just the two of us, I promise. Then they shifted. Around voicemail number 8, the tone changed completely. You know what? I tried to apologize. I came to you and you're being a complete asshole about this. You're punishing me forever for one mistake. One mistake. And now you're punishing my entire family. That's pathetic. Voicemail 12. My dad worked his whole life for that hotel. Whole life. And you're going to destroy it because your feelings got hurt? Grow up. Voicemail 17. Sean says you're just being vindictive because you know I'm happier with him. He's probably right. You were always insecure. I deleted them without listening to the rest, but she sat in that parking lot for 2 full hours. I know because Mrs. Cooper from 3B texted me around 11 p.m. That girl is still out there. Should I call someone? I told her no. She'd leave eventually, and she did, around 11:30. I watched from my window as her car finally pulled away, Sean driving this time. 3 days of silence. Blessed silence. I got into a rhythm. Work, gym, home, sleep. No drama. No phone calls. No crying wives in parking lots. It was almost peaceful, you know. Then my phone rang from a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Don't hang up. It was her father's voice, strained in a way I'd never heard before. Please. Mr. Patterson. David. His voice cracked. Can I talk to you? Man to man. Not his business. I sat down on my couch. I'm listening. I'll pay the market rate, the full $12,000 a month, the setup fee, whatever you want. Name your price, son, please. Son, he hadn't called me that in over a year. It's not about the money, I said quietly. Then what is it about? Because I'll do anything. The hotel, He trailed off. I heard him take a shaky breath. It's all I have. My father built that place with his bare hands in 1972. I worked there every summer since I was 8 years old. When my dad got sick, I promised him I'd keep it going. I've kept that promise for 23 years. Mr. Patterson, my daughter made a terrible mistake. I know that. She hurt you. She's probably destroyed your trust in our whole family, and God knows you have every right to be angry. But David, that hotel employs 15 people. Good people with families. Janet at the front desk has 3 kids. Luis in maintenance is putting his daughter through nursing school. If we close, they lose everything too. I didn't say anything. What could I say? I'm not asking as a businessman. His voice broke completely. I'm asking as a father. As a man who knows he failed you, failed his daughter, failed to see what was happening in his own family. Please, don't let my mistakes take down everyone else. The silence stretched between us. I could hear him breathing, heavy and ragged, like he was trying not to cry. Some bridges can't be rebuilt, I finally said. I'm sorry, I really am, but I can't do this. David? I hung up. Then I sat there staring at my phone for probably 20 minutes, his words echoing in my head. But I didn't call back. I should have felt victorious, you know, like I'd won, but I just felt hollow. The next day, I woke up to 23 text messages, all from her mother's phone number. At first, I thought maybe her mom was actually reaching out, so I read them. Message 1, 8:47 a.m. David, this is Diane. I know you're angry with us and you have every right to be. I'm asking you, mother, to please reconsider. Can we meet for coffee? Reasonable enough. Then message 2, 8:52 a.m. I understand you're hurt. My daughter made terrible choices, but she's struggling. She's barely eating. Please, just one conversation. Message 6, 9:15 a.m. David, are you there? Please respond. I'm worried about her. Then message 9, 9:47 a.m. The tone shifted. I know you can see these messages. The least you could do is respond. Message 15, 10:23 a.m. You know what? I thought you were a good man. I was wrong. You're petty and cruel. Message 18, 11:04 a.m. She made one mistake, and you're destroying an entire family over it. That's not strength. That's cowardice. I was about to block the number when message 20, 11:34 a.m. came through. Fine. Don't respond. But you should know she's planning to come to your office tomorrow. She won't give up on you, unlike you. But then message 23, 12:02 p.m., different tone entirely. David, I'm so sorry. That wasn't me. She took my phone when I went to the bathroom. I had no idea she was texting you. I'm horrified. This has to stop. I saved the screenshots, just in case. Then blocked that number too. At work the next day, I was in the middle of a code review when my desk phone rang. Internal extension. I picked up. "There's a woman here to see you," our receptionist said, voice carefully neutral. "Says her name is Diane Patterson. Tell her I'm in a meeting." I did. She says she'll wait. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Fine. Tell her to leave a message and I'll call her back. 2 minutes later, my cell phone rang. Her mother's number, but different from the one I'd blocked. She must have switched SIM cards or something. I sent it to voicemail. Then my office phone rang again. She's asking if she can wait in the lobby. Says it's urgent regarding the hotel contract. That contract is terminated. Tell her there's nothing to discuss. Silence on the other end. She's crying now. Should I call security? God, I felt like a piece of shit. But I couldn't keep doing this. Give me 5 minutes. I went down to the lobby. Diane was there, looking about 10 years older than the last time I'd seen her. Her eyes were bloodshot, hands twisting a tissue into shreds. "David." She stood up immediately. "Thank you for seeing me. Mrs. Patterson, with all due respect, this has to stop. I know, I'm not here about the software, I'm here about my daughter." She glanced around at the receptionist who was pretending not to listen. "Can we talk somewhere private?" Against my better judgment, I led her to a small conference room. We sat down across from each other. "She's pregnant," Diane said without preamble. The words hit me like a physical blow. "What?" "About 8 weeks. It's Sean's baby." She looked down at her hands. "And he blocked her on everything, won't return her calls. I think he figured out there's no hotel money to access anymore, no family connections to exploit, so he just disappeared." I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to feel vindicated. This is what you get for cheating, but mostly I just felt sick. She's having a breakdown, David. Complete breakdown. Won't eat, won't shower, just lies in bed crying. Her father won't even look at her after what she did to the hotel, and now she's going to have a baby, alone, and the father wants nothing to do with her. "I'm sorry she's going through that," I said carefully, "but I don't know what you expect me to do. Just talk to her. Not about fixing things, not about the software, just so she'll eat something, so she'll get out of bed. She listens to you." She didn't listen when I told her not to cheat. Diane flinched like I'd slapped her. "That's fair. You're right. But David, I'm begging you as a mother. Not for me, not for my husband, for her. She made terrible choices, but she's still my daughter, and I'm watching her destroy herself." I looked at this woman who had always been kind to me, who had welcomed me into their family, who was now sitting in my office, begging me to save her daughter from herself. "One conversation," I heard myself say. "One, in a public place, and then I'm done. Completely done." She started crying. Thank you so much." We agreed on a coffee shop, equidistant from both our places. Neutral territory. 2 days later, I showed up 15 minutes early and got a table in the back corner where I could see the entrance. She walked in at exactly 2 p.m., and Jesus, Diane wasn't exaggerating. She'd lost at least 15 pounds, maybe more. Her clothes hung off her frame. Her hair was unwashed, pulled back in a messy ponytail. Dark circles under her eyes that makeup couldn't quite hide. When she saw me, something in her face just crumpled. She walked over slowly like she was afraid I might bolt. "Hi," she said quietly, sliding into the chair across from me. "Hi." Silence. She was picking at her thumbnail, a nervous habit she'd always had. I ordered a black coffee when the waiter came by. She ordered a chamomile tea and a blueberry muffin that I knew she wouldn't eat. "Thank you for meeting me," she finally said. "I know you didn't want to. Your mom asked me to." "I know." She looked up at me, and man, her eyes were so empty. "I'm sorry for everything. For cheating, for bringing Sean to your apartment, for the voicemails, for my dad calling you, for all of it." "Okay, that's it? Just okay? What do you want me to say?" I leaned back in my chair. "You apologized, I heard you, but an apology doesn't erase what happened." "I know." Her voice got smaller. "But if you just paid more attention to me, if you'd made me feel wanted, I wouldn't have—" "Don't!" I cut her off. "Don't you dare try to make this my fault." Her face flushed. "I'm not. I'm just saying that our marriage had problems before Sean. You were always working on that stupid software. Always. That stupid software paid our bills. That stupid software helped your family build their business. I know, but you never had time for me. We never went on dates anymore. You never. I proposed a date night every week, every single week for 6 months. You said you were too tired, or you had plans with your girlfriends, or you wanted to watch your show. So I stopped asking." She went quiet. The waiter brought our drinks. Her tea sat there steaming while she just stared at it. "I'm pregnant," she said after a long silence. "I heard. Sean blocked me on everything, won't answer my calls. I tried showing up at his apartment, and his roommate said he moved out. No forwarding address. I'm sorry." She laughed, but it was bitter, broken. Are you? Are you really sorry? Because you look pretty happy right now, sitting there watching me fall apart." "I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about any of this." "Then help me." Her voice cracked. "Please, I'm terrified. The hotel is dying. My dad won't speak to me. I'm going to have a baby with a man who used me and threw me away. I destroyed the one stable thing in my life for a fantasy that lasted 3 months. Please, just tell me what to do." I looked at her, really looked at her, and I saw the girl I'd fallen in love with at 22. The girl who used to laugh at my terrible jokes, who brought me me soup when I was sick, who danced in the kitchen while making breakfast. But I also saw the woman who had looked me in the eye and lied for months, who had chosen someone else over our marriage, who only seemed to care now that everything was falling apart. I did love you, I said quietly. I loved you so much it physically hurt sometimes. When I found out about Sean, it felt like my chest was being ripped open. I couldn't breathe for days. She was crying now, tears running down her face. But that's exactly why I can't save you from this. Because I loved you, and you didn't think that was enough. You chose someone else. And yeah, it blew up in your face, and yeah, you're suffering the consequences, but those are your consequences from your choices. So you're just going to watch me drown? I'm going to watch you learn to swim. I stood up. You need to figure out your life without using me as a safety net. Go to therapy, talk to your family, figure out what you're going to do about the baby. But I can't be the one to fix this for you. You're abandoning me, just like everyone else. No, you abandoned us when you started sleeping with Sean. This? I gestured between us. This is just me finally accepting that. I put a 20 on the table for both our drinks and walked out. She didn't follow me. When I got to my car, I sat there for a minute, hands shaking on the steering wheel. My phone buzzed. A text from her mom. Thank you for trying. But I hadn't really tried, had I? I'd shown up, said my piece, left. Maybe that was trying, I don't know anymore. The next few days were quiet, too quiet. I should have known something was coming. I was at the gym on a Saturday morning when my phone started blowing up. First it was her mom, then her dad, then numbers I didn't recognize. I ignored them all until I got back to my apartment and checked my voicemail. Her father's voice, completely different than before. Not begging, not broken, just cold. David, I wanted you to know that the hotel sold. Corporate chain bought it for pennies on the dollar. Everything my father built, everything I worked for, gone. But I also wanted you to know that your little vendetta had other casualties too. My daughter had a miscarriage too. Days ago, the stress, the doctor said. Too much stress on her body. A long pause, heavy breathing. I hope you're happy. I hope destroying our family was worth it. I hope every time you use that software you built, you remember that you didn't just take down a business. You took down a grandchild who'll never exist. That blood is on your hands. The message ended. I stood there in my apartment, phone in my hand, trying to process what I'd just heard. She'd lost the baby. I sat down hard on my couch. I tried to tell myself it wasn't my fault, that I didn't cause the miscarriage, that the stress was from her own choices, her own actions, that I hadn't done anything wrong, but his words kept echoing. That blood is on your hands. I didn't go out for 3 days, didn't answer my phone, barely ate, just sat there thinking about a child that would never exist. Sean's child, yeah, but still, a kid who never got a chance. On the 4th day, I forced myself to go to the grocery store. I needed food, needed to get out of my apartment, needed to stop spiraling. I was in the produce section trying to remember if I liked red or green apples better when I saw her. She was working as a cashier. My wife, ex-wife, who grew up in a house with a pool and a 4-car garage, who'd never worked retail a day in her life, was scanning groceries at the local supermarket. She looked hollow, thin. Her hair was pulled back in a regulation ponytail, her polo shirt a size too big. She was scanning items mechanically, barely looking at the customers. Then our eyes met. She went completely still, her hand frozen over the scanner. Then she looked away first, back down at the groceries, her face turning red. I should have gone to a different line, should have left the store. But I just stood there watching her for a minute. This woman who used to wear designer clothes and get her nails done every 2 weeks, who'd talked about opening her own boutique someday, was ringing up cat food and toilet paper for $11.50 an hour. No hotel, no family money, no Sean, no baby. Just surviving. I grabbed my groceries and went to the self-checkout. When I left, I glanced back once. She was crying quietly while scanning an elderly woman's bread and milk, trying to wipe her face without the customer noticing. That image stuck with me. I couldn't shake it for days. 2 weeks later, late at night, my phone buzzed with a message from a number I didn't recognize. You were right about everything. I almost deleted it, almost blocked the number, but I kept reading. I traded a life for a fantasy and lost both. The hotel's gone. My dad won't talk to me. Sean's gone. The baby's gone. I'm living in a studio apartment that smells like cigarettes, working a job I'm not qualified for, and I can barely afford groceries. Another message came through. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't even expect a response. I just need you to know that you were the only real thing I ever had, and I was too stupid to see it until there was nothing left. I'm sorry for all of it. You deserved better than what I gave you. I sat there staring at that message for probably an hour, read it maybe 20 times, felt that flicker of pity she was probably hoping for, that urge to reach out, to say something kind, to offer some small comfort. Then I deleted it, blocked the number, and went to bed. Make sure to click on the screen to watch other stories.